What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, I was watching an interview with Anthony Joshua, and AJ seems to be in good spirits. He said that his next fight will be from what he was told in the UK, and it will be September between 20th, a date from the 20th of September to the 25th. He didn't say who yet, and he was asked about, Deontay Wilder. Does he think that Wilder has a chance to beat Zhang? And he says, oh, absolutely. And pretty much he said one of the same things I said years ago. I've been telling you guys this, like, you can lose a fight and then all of a sudden look like shit. But if you win the right fight, you bounce right back, and all of a sudden they want to put you, make the fight happen. And he's saying hopefully that he said may the best man win, but he said he hoped Wilder can come in and do what he has to do so they can actually fight. He wants to fight. He said, listen, I would, the interview was asking about Andy Ruiz and the third fight with Usyk and all. He says, listen, I want to fight, and I think it's more about what the people want, and I believe the people want me to fight Fury. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's for, the people watching, whether it's on his own platform, his YouTube channel, or whatever the hell he has going on, and that particular video itself, for people to voice their opinions. But we know that the biggest fight, it's not AJ Wilder. I mean, there's a lot of people that, mostly Wilder fans, that want to be able to, see Wilder get to that point and think that Wilder can win. But overall, the bigger fight is him and Fury. I mean, let's be real. But those would be. I mean, after the way Wilder looked, people don't believe the hype. Most people think Wilder is finished. He's not going to win this fight against Zhang. Now, if he does win, I'm pretty certain that they're going to try to keep Wilder out the ring and hope that AJ win his fight in September, so they can make this fight between the two of them happen. Okay. I see. Let me tell y'all some shit, man. Let me tell y'all something. One of the things for sure is this: when you're trying to go forward, fighting certain guys is a step backwards. Okay, because of their ranking, and what's the purpose? Like, example, Andy Ruiz is saying he wants AJ, he wants Parker. Okay, we get it for Andy Ruiz. He's trying to get back in the mix. But Parker and AJ are both going up. You understand what I mean? So he get past Jarrell Miller. It's not like saying he don't deserve a shot, because, I mean, you look at who's there. I mean, there's a lot of people that get stuff that they don't actually deserve or really earn. They just handpick for certain things. But a guy like AJ is more focused on the bigger fights. So, like he said, he loved to fight Andy, any of them. He didn't dismiss any of them. But fighting Andy would be a step backwards, because a fight with Andy is not going to get him closer to what he's trying to do. Now, if what he's trying to do don't come into play, and it's about, okay, let me fight a respectable name, let me keep busy, and he fights Andy, just saying, that type of scenario, cool. Joseph Parker, not so much, but yes and no, because I can see that they're just looking at Parker like, hey, man, just keep winning, and basically, if something happened where Joseph could fill in to, okay, now it's a big fight with him and AJ or something like that, or Usyk or whatever, then they'll, build the fact that, well, Parker's been winning, he's been on a good winning streak and stuff like that. But you can see that they're not looking at Parker the same way they're looking at Wilder, even though Wilder just got beat by Parker. So even for Wilder to win, let's say if he beats Zhang, y'all still don't see that they're shortchanging Parker, because Parker is the guy that actually beat, okay? Wilder didn't just fumble the ball. Parker cracked him, bow, made him drop the ball, and he recovered the fucking ball. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what he did. Somehow, they're still trying to build AJ versus Wilder, and then shitting on Parker. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Now, if If Zhang goes in there and knocks Wilder the fuck out, it's a wrap. But what do they do with Parker then? Do they stick him in a rematch with Ruiz or a rematch with Zhang? Or now Parker wants these fights to keep busy. Parker understands what I'm sitting here telling you. I'll bet you Parker understands it. He see the movement. They respect me, but they keep pushing me to just keep fighting. They're not trying to give me, the same thing they're trying to give Wilder. And that's a fact. You can see it. I beat this motherfucker, yet he gets a second chance to get to AJ. Even though I'm the one that beat Wilder. We're not even talking about Parker was on the same card with AJ and Wilder, and Wilder lost to somebody else and Parker beat somebody else. No, Parker beat Wilder. But they're trying, like I told you, this fight with Zhang is nothing but a second chance to get Wilder back in that fight with AJ. That's all this is. That's all this is. So be it. So be it. And once again, it's not right. It's unfair. But nobody's really voicing their opinions on that because they know that it's the truth. It's the fucking truth. How do you beat this guy and then all of a sudden you're the one being overlooked? You're the one that have to keep proving something. But you beat this guy. If they didn't fight, and I was saying these same things about Parker should get a shot because he's been winning, right? You'd have Wilder fans going, man, he been ducking Wilder. He ain't never fight Wilder. At least Wilder fought Fury. Okay, you can't say any of that. You can't say any of that because Parker beat Wilder and beat him badly. I mean, it was one-sided. So, just saying. AJ's up for the challenge against any of those guys. Like he said, personally, he would love to fight Usyk again. He said, of course, if it leads to it and it comes to it, yeah. But it's more about what the fans want, and he believed they want him in Fury. And pretty much, as for Anthony Joshua, if you look at it, okay, he's fought Ruiz twice. He fought Parker once. He won that fight. He won against Ruiz. He lost against Ruiz. He won against Ruiz. He lost to Usyk twice. So to be honest with you, for Anthony Joshua, on a personal level, I could see inside his personal interest being, I want to fight and beat Fury, right? I want to fight and beat Wilder and finally shut his mouth in his fans' mouth. I want to avenge those 2 losses to Usyk. Then after that, whether it's Parker, whether it's Andy Ruiz or whoever else, or Frank Sanchez, F.A. Jabba, whoever else is in the mix, Daniel Dubois, whatever, and he's still fighting, then, hey, come on. And it's not like it's going to be Anthony Joshua and just he's fighting everybody and nobody else is moving until they get a fight with AJ. It's a process of elimination amongst the other fighters. But whoever the best viable opponents are out there, then that's, I could see his mindset being in that. But yeah, just off the rip, yeah, of course, Andy's talking to get his name back in there. But he has to get past Jarrell Miller. And like I've been saying, man, these guys, they don't learn. They just keep talking and talking about everybody other than the fighter that they're fighting. He's not saying much or nothing about Jarrell Miller. His conversation is about, laughing and talking, and after they fight, they're going to go get a burger and all that, whatever. But it's like, focus on who's in front of you, man. You can very easily look past your opponent, and then next thing you know, you're sitting there in the locker room with your head down, trying to reenact what you should have done because the fight didn't go your way. But, we'll see the way things go. But Anthony Joshua is focused, and he's looking like, and sounding like the AJ of old, of course, with the, like he sounds confident, like, it's one thing, people that are religious are known to, often, bring up God and prayer and whatever. But those conversations from Anthony Joshua, I mean, he said the similar thing before he fought, Otto Wallin, but at the same time, it's just like, those type of conversations, I sensed, and other people sensed it. His confidence wasn't what it should have been. He wasn't scared, but I feel like he went in there being more cautious to, hey, this is heavyweight boxing, man. I don't know. I mean, I already had a bad, a bad showing against Ruiz. I won that fight. People talking, they criticizing me. They want me to fight this way, that way. The frustration, the aggravation of trying to go in there and perform in a way where what he thought would be the safest way, but at the same time, it's safe but effective, and people didn't like it, and trying to please everybody. And you understand what I'm saying? Now, if you listen to him, because remember, AJ went from a space of saying how I'm not, what did he say? I'm not Mike Tyson. He brought up his weight, how much heavier he is, and nobody's telling you to fight like Mike Tyson, man. I mean, hell, Lennox Lewis, before he got with Emmanuel Stewart, was running there banging people out and brawling, and Emmanuel showed him how to mix it up properly and have that balance. All we were saying was go back to what you was doing. So what he's doing now, what we're seeing in him is a more calculated, more cerebral Anthony Joshua, and is working like a charm. So at the end of the day, he understood, like he was like, man, I'm. Remember, he even got to the point he was just like, man, look, I like to make money, and yeah, all of that stuff is involved in it. But notice the difference in his attitude and how he was talking, and him realizing how people are against him. But as soon as he win, all of a sudden they're in his corner. But he comes back and looks really good against Wallin. Looks really good against Ngannou. But I feel like he got the understanding back. And see, as you get older, you should mature, And I feel like Anthony Joshua is understanding that, you know what, this is my job. This is what I chose to do. I need to go ahead and perform and do what I want. Now saying it's for the, he wanted to fight whoever the fans want to see. Yeah, because they're your paying customer. Like I've been saying, they're the ones paying, giving their money to go watch you fight and support you, whether it's at a live event or watching it, through the comfort of their own home where they're paying for the shit. Okay, that doesn't mean you fight for them in the ring. It means you fight who they want you to fight. Like, this is the guy, this is who they really want to see me fight. Cool, of course. But once you get in that fucking ring, of course, hey, now it's up to you to do your job, to go in there and fight and do the, your job to the best of your ability. And of course, you want to win. But this is what I've been talking about, man. All these people telling y'all to suck their dicks and fuck y'all, all these fake Muslims, these fake ass Christians coming in here with this fabricated shit, and y'all eat that nonsense up. AJ is a man who talks about church and God and on prayer and all that type of stuff and all that, going to the mosque and all that. But at the same time, God ain't gonna save your ass in that ring. So you have to have confidence in yourself, and that's part of what I'm saying. He was speaking as his confidence or his faith is in God to get him through the fight more so than himself. And so he has the right mindset now. And I feel like whatever happens and however things go, that's all we can do is wait and see. But he's back to where he needs to be. Wilder's trying to get back to where he needs to be. And we'll see if he can do it against Zhang. And if not, then so be it. But once again, I'm interested to see what happens with Joseph Parker. Because if he continues to win, they was doing the same thing to Dillian White at one time. Dillian White kept winning fights, kept winning, but no matter, they just kept pushing Dillian White off. So we'll see how things go. And, Joseph Parker might take the route of even fighting Dillian White. I've not known Joseph Parker to duck any fights. So whoever they put in front of him, he'll fight them. But on his own initiative, he did call out Dillian White's name. Who knows if who knows? I don't want to think ahead too much because, like I said, man, it's just so many fights that can be made. And a whole lot of times, the fights that you look at and go, that'd be a good fight. Somehow the powers that be don't see that. But it is what it is. But tell me what y'all think about Anthony Joshua. I don't know who he's fighting yet in September, but it'll be in the UK. And then pretty much from there, this is smart. It'll keep him busy so he's not just sitting back waiting. And then whatever happens between Wilder and Zhang, because I don't know if Zhang wins, if they're going to put him in there with Zhang, or would it be more like the winner of Urkovich and Daniel Dubois? I don't know. That will probably be more likely what will happen. But we'll see. Anyway, talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings out the people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.